Imagine this, your CTO walks over and says, hey, for the homepage, we are already highlighting the top article in the burner. So just display the rest of the article below in the same order. So you look at the data being given and it looks like this. So basically you have an array that contains the featured articles. So what they are asking you to do is give me everything except of the first element in the list. Now, if you're new to JavaScript and have been there too, you might think, alright, I just need to skip the first element eventually and loop through the array. So basically it looks like this. You declare a new array, other articles, and you initialize your loop. That's just it. And you make sure that the first element of the loop of the array here React best practices is being skipped. That's just it. And use the articles. Use future article. So now you want that for every iteration we should add a new item to a new element to the other articles. To do that we use the push method. So it's very easy. Push method. Sorry, push. Here you take the element from the array future articles. So now to check whether if everything worked correctly, let us console log the result. So here is other articles and save it. So now I run the code. As you guys can see, here's the result. Everything has been added except of React best practices. So you guys should not get me wrong, it works, but it needs way more code than required. So here basically you're using a full loop, creating a new array manually and pushing items one by one just to skip one item. So my friend, let me tell you that there is a better and simpler way that I will show you in this video. So hello guys, I'm Alan. I am on my way to become a more confident web developer, and along the way I share the key takeaway that brought more value to my learning journey so that you can have them too and apply them immediately. Personally, I've been learning JavaScript for several hours and I've used this method. So I've used several times the long loops, until I discover a much simpler method, which is with the slice method. So manually looping increases the chances for bugs. So but don't worry, JavaScript gives us a built-in method that I said, which is slice method, that makes life much more easier. And by the end of this video, you know how to use the modern solution. So now we have our example here. So how can we apply the slice method? First of all, we need to understand the syntax of the method. So here is it. So the slice method is used to make a copy of part of an array without changing the original array. So here, for example, if you want to copy the whole array, you don't include any parameter because basically it takes two parameters which are optional. So if you want to copy from a certain point, so start from the start index to the end, and if you want to copy from between two indexes, you can just copy the array from the start index up to, but not including the end. And if you use a negative number to represent an index, it counts, for example, from the end of the array. So eventually, to concretely understand what it means or what I'm talking about, here are examples for you to clarify everything. Let's say, for example, here we have a list of a cart with a list of items, and we want to create a cart preview. We want the first three items in the cart. The first three items are laptop, mouse, and keyboard. And to do that, following the syntax that we have here, so basically here, the syntax here, we simply take the name of the array, slice, and we define the index. So we want to copy from the first element to the third element. So basically from 0 to 3, not including 3. So it starts from 0 to 3, and that's it. And if we save it and run it, you guys will see that we have laptop, mouse, and keyboard. Let's take another example so make sure that everything is clear. So here, for example, we want to keep only the last 5 elements of this array. So basically it is last 5 songs a user added to their queue. And to do that, we do the same thing. We take the name of the array, playlist, boom, and we take the slice. And to do it very well, we know that if we use negative number, we start counting from behind, so from the end of the array. So since we want the last 5 elements, so basically we shall use -5 to get that copy of the array and run it. Here is it. Last 5 elements start from song C to song G. So that was all about this slice method. So personally, I'm still learning, just like you, but every small step makes my journey much more easier. So if you want to keep growing your web development skills with me, follow along and let us learn together. So now don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if this tutorial eventually helped you, because it really makes a difference. Thank you guys for watching.